So this week we've got another tip coming up. We're going to be having a look at a few different caravans, and I think I've got gas. We've got a full review of the Bluetti. We did a little shorts during the week when this arrived, and actually over on TikTok I was doing some proper dad dancing. Coachman Lusso. So if you didn't see our video the other week about the two luxury stunning caravans, he's in here cleaning it at the minute, or giving it a quick clean through, so I'll just move his bucket out of the way. So we've got the Coachman Lusso 2, so we've got that nice wraparound seating at the front, our L-shaped kitchen area, and this is like the sort of quartz worktop. We've got the nice oven, hob and grill, and then obviously our slidey outy bed. Now this is the 8 foot wide, so it gives us a load more room inside of the caravan. And then have a look at the size of that washroom.
I think every time you walk into this van you forget, having not been in it, how nice it is, and he's still walking in it.
It is lovely. Obviously we've just come back from the Caravan salon dusseldorf. And it's very much sort of, we looked at some of the cabes, didn't we, which is Coachman. We're back on the cabe stand. Now have a look at this. One of the features from the outside, obviously the graphics on the outside, those backlights. Have a look at that door.
Oh, there we are.
That's different, isn't it? Now as you walk in this, there's something a little bit special. Just have a look at the design on these front lockers now this year. So we've got this curved design, which a little bit hobby sort of went a little bit like that, and also Adria, so we're going to have a look at some Adrias later on as well. Lovely front lounge. Now we've just had the Coachman Lusso. Now Cabe is part of Coachman, so it's actually Coachman and Cabe are together. Cabe owns Coachman, if I can make that any more easier. So we get this wraparound layout, a little bit like that Coachman Lusso. Nice worktops. We've got similar sort of things as we've seen in the Coachman Lusso. So we've got our electric ring, we've got our nice big fridge freezer, we've got the double.
Like the shape of these cupboards up
it's
here with
they've
this, like, big corner.
They've gone to town on it. Now the reason that I keep mentioning the Coachman Lusso is now that in the UK we're about £50,000, just over £50,000. This is a completely different caravan to the Coachman Lusso, but it's by Cabe, so we're going to compare prices in a minute. We've got bunk beds, so for the kids, fixed bed at the back, so it's actually a 6 berth.
I
and
like
then
this layout.
it's a very, very nice layout. And again, I want you to zoom in a minute once you've had a quick look at that bathroom. At the headboard at the back of the bed, have a look at that. That's lovely. Features on this are outstanding, and we'll do a little tour around in a minute just to pick out some of the little bits and bobs on here. But in a second we're going to find out what the price is. Let me know in the comments what you think the price is, and how does this compare to the Coachman Lusso, and I think you might be shocked. So I'm purposely stood here with my hand over the price because we did a video just recently on the best car and the Coachman Lusso, which were both about £40,000. Obviously brand new, they're about 50 odd now. Over in Europe, the Cabe Royal 780 BGXL, it's 9.4 metres long, so it's a big van, bigger than what we've got in the UK. 2,650, so 650 kilos heavier. Have a look at this price. So we've got a base price of 85,500, and then a top price with all of our specs on there of 88,500 for it. Very, very similar sort of lines, but yeah, absolutely stunning. But then when you look at the Cabes at 80,000-90,000 euros, you go, blimey, this is good value for money.
Well, that's all we did, didn't we, at the show? We went, oh, crikey, the Lusso is a lot better than this.
Yeah.
A lot less money.
Yeah, it was quite surprising actually, sort of comparing back the Lusso to the other European vans. We've got the Unicorn Cadiz. So this has got the single beds, it's got a nice big fridge freezer, and then the washroom at the back, so a lovely family caravan. Let me just double check on the price while you have a look in that washroom. So 19,995 with a maximum weight of 1337 as it stands there now, so nice weight. We had, I think last week we've got a fair few spaces, so we've had a few more vans coming in. We had a quick look at those on the Friday video, so if you didn't see the Friday video, have a look at that popping up there now. Got a few more sort of price range cheaper vans, which we're going to have a look in one of them in a second, because our gas tip that's coming up, we'll have a quick look in that one. Little Abbey, again, just some Part X's first time starter vans. That's going to be a nice little van. The little Europa, as I say, and there's a little Eldest, so they're all going to be coming up onto the website.
Quite a few, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got some nice sort of little starter vans again, which is good, because again we start to get the people that haven't got vans and start to look now. So yeah, we've got a good selection again. We've got more vans coming in, but let's get on with our tip. Right, so this week's tip is about your gas. Now, we've said previously about keeping your gas system running. Things like your fridge especially, you've got to run this fridge regularly on the gas, otherwise you are just going to have problems with lighting it and keep it running. So now is a fantastic time to run that fridge up on the gas. Run your other appliances, so your heating system, your water system, give it all a good run on the gas. The chances are that you might not have used it over the summer period, so it's long overdue, so let's give it a good running through. If you've got a hob, now there's something that's just come out, because in April there was a bit of a big fire apparently, and it sounds like it was actually a static caravan. But there's been a bit of a shake-up and a bit of a moan about people checking their gas system. So things like this, you've got to make sure that your items that are fitted onto the gas appliances are correct and that you've not got any leaks. So gas leaks, if you've not had the caravan serviced, and you don't have the caravan serviced every 12 months, like it's not the law, but you should have it serviced every 12 months. Things like a gas system check, so that you're making sure there's no gas leaks. On your gas regulator itself, a little bit of soapy water in a little cup with a little brush, and you can actually, once you've got that gas on, you can brush up all of the connections here and just actually visibly see, and if there's a leak you'll start to see bubbles on there. So just little things that you can do yourself in between. It's just making sure that you've not got any gas. If it's really nice and quiet, you can actually listen in to see if you can hear any gas coming through, and just obviously smell, make sure that there's no smell. So while we're inside of the caravan, just actually making sure that you can't smell any gas coming through. To run our gas system through, a great place to start is on our hob. This is just one of the first places that it's easiest to get gas through the system. You can visibly see that we've got the gas coming through, and you can actually hear it as well. So when we put it on, you can actually hear the gas hissing. So again, it's something that while everything's off, that you want to just have a good listen for, make sure that you can't hear any sound of gas and then smell of gas. Light up our gas rings, and that will start to let us get the air through the system, get all of that air purged out, and then get the gas through. Light it up, do our grill, do the oven, and then things like our fridge, our heating system, our hot water system, it's all going to light up just that little bit quicker when we're using that gas. Again, if you can leave the fridge on for a good 3 or 4 hours on the gas system, just make sure it's fully cooling down. And hot days, the weather's gone hot again now, hasn't it? So while we've got this warmer weather, the fridge is going to be working a little bit harder to actually keep the fridge cool. So something that you can do is remove your fridge vents and just let a little bit more air come through, and that will help the fridge to actually get up to temperature to cool the fridge down, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you're using the fridge and it's quite warm like it is today, whack it onto the gas, actually turn it down to a slightly lower setting, and you might find that your fridge actually works a little bit easier. But just doing these checks now, it is just going to run through, making sure all of our gas system is working. You're not going to have any issues then if we come to a site and we have a power cut or anything like that, and we need to use our fridge and items on the gas. We know that it's all working, and so great time just to do it now this time of year. So another thing, if you go onto a site and you've got no 230 volt, we've got a video coming out soon about the Bluetti. This is going to be the ultimate off-grid camping power supply. It's getting hot. so it's time to cool down. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.